That way I can actually run a better camera.
And then you can do all your consoles too, right? So you could do other stuff besides PlayStation.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
people
And one of the things I
stream?
wanted to do,
Oh no, go ahead.
I wanted to do like older consoles as well, and I ended up ordering, besides the green screen kit, I tried to order a component to HDMI,
Uh huh.
but I didn't realize that for the monitor that I'm playing on, I needed an upscaler.
You're gonna get
So,
one of those FrameMeisters?
well, they offer some like cheaper ones that aren't like $100,
Uh huh.
and they'll do the job. I have one that's for composite,
Uh huh.
but I think I only got composite because the games I was playing on it were from the GameCube and they're the Game Boy Advance. So
Uh,
8-bit, 16-bit kind of graphics really don't look that bad once they go through a component, or I mean a composite upscaler.
I know what you're saying.
Um, but when I used that, I didn't realize I needed an upscaler until I hooked up the PS2 through component cables, and my
And it
monitor
looked
wouldn't
like,
show anything.
yeah.
No, it just said it wasn't compatible. Like the
Oh,
monitor
really?
wouldn't,
Hmm.
my monitor wouldn't show the resolution. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? The only thing it's gonna take is a 1080p, or yeah, 1080p input. That's it." So my component converter is just that, a converter. So it's either gonna whatever the PS2 can put out natively through a component cable, whether it be 480, 720, that's all it's gonna get. That's all it's gonna push out. So an upscaler just takes what it can get and then moves it up to 1080p. So hopefully I can return. Hopefully I can return the one that I got because it was like 23, $25, and then get a upscaler, and then I think those are like 30 or 35.
No, I was gonna ask you, does Nintendo let people stream their stuff?
Now they do. They got rid of that. They got rid of that Nintendo program.
Yeah, weren't they like pretty much tight on anything? Like nobody could do their stuff?
Yeah, they were pretty much if you didn't sign into their program, meaning that they get a cut of revenue from your videos.
But wasn't it like almost
Uh,
all the revenue? Like it was like a huge chunk.
well, it was like it was 30% of all in revenue, but then out of that 30%, 70%'s left over, and then YouTube takes a cut out of that,
All right.
and then you're just left with the rest.
No, because I noticed I don't see on my feed, because I follow a lot of gamer channels. I don't see a lot of
Yeah.
Switch streams. Like you would think you'd see like a bunch of Smash and that kind of stuff. I don't.
I was coming across a couple of Smash videos. I think it's just the algorithms that
Uh huh.
YouTube had implanted in the back that kind of screwed everybody over now.
No, I just mean like live streams. Like I don't see that at all. I see a bunch of live
No.
streams on mine, and they're almost never Nintendo. I see like PC, and I see like all the main consoles like Xbox and PlayStation, but I rarely see the Nintendo streams.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just the channels I'm following, but yeah, like every day I'm seeing Apex now. And then people do play retro games, so I got a lot of those too, but they're usually not live. Those are usually edited. I don't see a lot of people live streaming retro stuff. They're just like Let's Plays.
Yeah.
But they're current Let's Plays of old games. I follow this channel called GameSack, which is pretty good because every Sunday, like, they'll put out a video on one subject about retro gaming. And
Hmm.
so last Sunday it was like pre-rendered sprites, like back when like Donkey Kong Country was like considered like breakthrough and everybody loved it. But then after that, everybody kind of started copying that, and they were talking about those games that came out that people really don't like mention anymore because a lot of them sucked.
Yeah.
So that was a cool video. They do like these 20-minute videos on just subjects. They have a lot of ones about retro games that never got imported from Japan, that never got
Hmm.
American releases. They've done like 4 or 5 of those. Those are always really interesting because there's a bunch of cool games that they show that I had no idea existed.
No, yeah, there's a ton. I think oh, what was it that I ordered through limited run? Oh yeah, I was fucking bummed out, man. So there was two. I like collecting games for the Vita on limited run,
Uh huh.
and some of them I know I probably won't play, but I just want them for my collection. One of them was Splunky, and I forget what
Yeah.
the other one was, like a RPG or something like that, JRPG. And both times the first time my fucking phone wouldn't load things entirely. So whenever I would click on my cart, it
Hmm.
would take a second to buffer, and then the screen would move up, and then it would act like if I was selecting a game, and I was like, no, I want to go to cart. And so finally, like I lost the cut, and it's really down to the wire. When it comes to getting stuff online for limited run, it's down to the wire every time. So it's like you select the game, add to cart, select another game, add a cart, go to your cart, right? Um, and so as I was doing that, it would always load late. It would always load more shit, and so it would always shift right after I clicked something, and then it would open up something else. And so right when it came to getting into PayPal,
Are your ears
it
burning, Agent?
wouldn't load PayPal. Like PayPal would always shift and it would act if I was looking back into a game. And so literally I lost my chance to get the games early in the morning because it was fucking buffering the whole time, which was weird because my phone never did that. And I think it's doing that now because I downloaded that DuckDuckGo.
The hell is DuckDuckGo?
It's supposed to be another search browser or search engine.
Mm, never heard of it.
So it's supposed to be one that's a little bit more. It's not filtered like Google is. Like Google, everybody talks now that Google only wants you to see certain things. Like they filter what, not like filter as in okay, that's bad stuff. Here's the good stuff. It's filtering kind of like if people make it sound like there's
Best
an
gear
agenda
in the
that Google
city.
has,
Check it out.
like they're trying to be PC. So if there's certain subjects that go against, if there's certain websites that have things that go against the grain of society, or just don't meet acceptance with current SJW standards, people are saying that Google will filter those websites out so you won't come across them.
Yeah, Google's definitely tracking all your searches too, because it's leading you to stuff sometimes you don't want. Because I guess you search enough stuff under one topic, it thinks you're looking for that topic again.
Hmm.
So it makes me type out like way more than I used to have to, because the autofill is dumping in all these things that I'm not looking for.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so normally if you search for something and it knows what you're going to look for, it starts autofilling and you're like, oh, that is what I'm going to look for. I mean, I'm going to look for George Washington Declaration of Independence. But if you also look for like, I don't know, George Benson singer and song lyrics, and then the next time you do it, it might dump you into another singer or first result that shows up as that too.
Hmm.
And then you got to type in another word to get to what you were looking for. It does that more for me now because I do search for a lot of the same type of things usually.
And also with DuckDuckGo, it does put up the filters where like cookies won't download, trackers can't really take hold of what you're looking at. Because like whenever you're uh, if you're looking up something and then you go to your Gmail account or Hotmail account, all of a sudden,
Hey, I
like
guess
if
they got
whatever
programs
website
now.
leaves cookies, it's going to show in a little AdSense in the corner or on the side of your email or something like that, or whatever other website that has AdSense on it. So DuckDuckGo always tells you what trackers they blocked and how many things that are trying to follow you, how many of those things they blocked. But because it's doing all that, DuckDuckGo runs really slow. And because it runs slow, I didn't want to lose that time through limited runs. So I used Google, but then Google was always fucking loading something, and I don't know why, because it never did that before.
Don't be shy. Let's have a chat. I got something you'll be interested in.
I think I sold enough gear. All right, let's see if we can try. You want to try one of these PvPs real quick?
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
I think you might have to. Wait, why is it offline?
Hmm?
Last thing. Oh, let's see if it'll let me.
It says open menu, game finder and matchmaking.
It says I must be group leader.
Hold on, I can make it a group leader.
Well, I think it'll base everything off your difficulty, so hopefully it won't kick me off.
Well, we're not that far from each other, are we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but we'll find out. You do not own the Last Stand DLC. What the hell?
I think it's something like a quick thing you gotta select to download.
Oh, I have to actually download them? I thought they were part of the...
Usually you just gotta hit select and it'll unlock it.
Mm,
You don't have to download it. Either that or last stands like a couple of seconds. It's not that long.
let me check real quick. Owned. It says that one's free. Buy now. Sure, why not? Have you played your Xbox at all lately? Mm-hmm. They changed some stuff on their menus. It's even worse than before. What do you think of that one? This is why I didn't see any of these things in the menu, because you actually have to go and hit this like you just said, which is weird. When I was telling you that I was looking at the, what do you call it? So, well, I went into the menu and I was looking at the, was I telling you that? Maybe I wasn't telling you that. Anyway, when I went into the game menu to look at all the completed missions and everything, there was nothing different. It was all the same. I was like, that seems odd. Dark Zone keys, Club Pro bag. Do I have to actually do anything to get this? Hold on.